All right, end of an era. It's going down. That fence is going down. This shed's going down. We're getting a new one built up, but this is it. The garage that where Samco Workshop started at, actually. This is it right here. I started that channel when we moved to Georgia because I had a little bitty workshop right here. Samco Workshop, this is it. 8 foot by 20 foot, 12 foot by 20 foot. And being replaced with a 20 by 25. It is over and done. Lights out and game over. This thing will no longer be set up in here, and new one being built. Dumpster's right out there. You can see it. It's coming here in a half hour. Knock this one down. Knock this down, rip all this up, get rid of all this kind of stuff, and then we start the new one, which will go from the same corner. It'll go out to where the red post is over there, and that'll be all that way big. Same depth, but that much more garage. So excited. There it goes. There it is. Concrete coming in right there for the slab. Well, here it is. Garage has arrived. They're getting it all unpacked right now. Got roll-up doors sitting right over there. This cooler is all snacks for them. Ladders, the frame stuff, side door, all the goodies. They're getting ready to set it up and make it happen. So we will keep you posted. We are excited because all of our stuff is locked in that shed, locked in the trailer, underneath here. All my tools are in storage. We have stuff to my workbench. Everything just stacked up everywhere, anywhere. And then on the porch, we are loaded up with a bunch of stuff there. So we are excited to get this garage up and running. Here you can see, got my fan there, workbench tools here. We've been living out of this. Is most of the stuff that I kind of getting by with and stacked and all, you know, it's been an absolute, been a month of having to live like this kind of thing. So it'll be very excited, get this garage up and running. So we will keep you posted as it goes. Like I said, getting them done. And there it is. Walls are starting to go up. Starting to look like a garage. There it is right there. They're just getting it done. Knocking right through it. All right, here they are. About 4 hours in total project. 4 hours. Been here about an hour this morning. Coming along, look at that. Coming along really good. Cut out the parts for the big door. This will be a door right here, door there, window here, window there. Getting all sided up. Getting everything locked in. There it is right there. Looking real good. Cutting out the door frame. All right, here we are in the inside, coming together. Roof will be on that next, but we got the doors. Door opening there. Door opening here. Window going in there. Another window go there. Main door. Right there like that, coming together. Trims going on. These guys are getting it done. Getting it all dialed in right there. All right, there it is. We have our shop, and we are basically, for the most part, done. Now it's landscaping. We got all the dirt we got to bring in, landscaping. I got to take my gate from there, put my gate up, get my trailer parked over there. It's going on the other side of the gate. We got a lot of stuff to still do in the yard, but the shop itself is done. Let me show you a couple things we did. You can see the motion lights kicking on in there. Come around on this side here, we put a big door. This will be where the gate will go, right across here. That gate is leaning against there, so we can drive in and out of here. But here, on this side, there's another motion light here, right there. Motion light, sensor light on there. What I've done here with these is on these tabs, showing you a bunch of little details. I put a little piece of paracord on here, makes it easier to pull and open and close these. Then I put a magnet hanger. You'll see these everywhere, right there, where I can take and put my lock. Can hang right on there, just so it's always right there for us to use. But we did 2 doors. You'll see, we'll put this one up. And we'll come around and show you the shop from the other side. But that way here, if we ever wanted to, my trailer will park right here. It'll back. That fence piece goes in the garbage. This is the post right here that's going to go right there for the big gate that comes across. And my trailer that is right there will park right here and be backed in right here out of the way. But we put this big door on, so if somebody ever wanted to, I will never, because it is, for me, it is a workshop. I don't use I've never parked a car in the garage in my life. Even when we were in Michigan, I had a 6-car garage. Never parked a car in the garage. But having access from this back alleyway, this back drive, being able to come in here and pull right into the garage if they wanted to, they can. So we put a 9-foot by 8-foot door in there. So somebody, whoever buys it next, wanted to put a garage in, they can. Again, we got the setup here, motion lights, as you're seeing kick on. We have these, again, the pull tabs right there, make life easy for pulling the locks to open everything. It should be open. There it is right there. Roll up doors. And we have here, what I did is we put a sensor door on here. So this is one of those keyless, everything is keyless stuff on here too. So on this, if I hit it, okay, then I put the combination, hit check, turns green, and it opens up my door. So it makes it really nice, just a simple comment. But again, I don't have to mess with nothing. Here's the shop. Right here, it is 20 by 25. Is the size, and this video is probably going to be a little longer because we're going to dive in deep and go through a lot of stuff on it. So a lot of little neat tricks and tips and things like that. But so we have our main door, we got a window, our main door, a 7-foot tall, 8-foot wide door here, or 7 by 8, and a 8 by 8 door over here to be able to get cars in and out. And it is 25 long by 20 wide across here. And this is basically a quick overview of the setup as you're seeing it. And we will dive in deep to details. I have 6 lights. These are Amazon lights. I'll be giving you a lot of information in here, but these are Amazon lights. I bought a 10-pack of these. They're amazing. But I bought a 10-pack of those for like 60 bucks. Here's the remaining ones right here. Okay, so these are black, they're 6,500 watt, there they are, but this was a 10-pack of these things. I am using 6, so we have, I was gonna put 2 more, but I don't need them. It's plenty bright in here, I don't need it. I was gonna put 2 cross ones on there, but I don't have to have them. It is just super, super bright in here and does a fantastic job. And we have 4 spares, which is a very nice thing in here too. So now let me put you on here. We got one more bin I got to empty into here. We'll kind of point some things out to you as we go, and then I'll show you some details. Let me put you on here and set you right here. So the main heart of everything is this right here. And what we did here is I set this up basically, and I'm going to be hot and sweaty here. Again, it's 100-degree days, but I set this up. This is a Craftsman toolbox that was on sale that I got on a Father's Day sale. I got it for like, I want to say it was like $279. And what I did is I put a bigger board, a bigger top on it. This top, kind of from sitting outside, this has been in my yard for almost a month. It's kind of got it needs, I'm going to put some weight on it because it's got a little corner eye here. But what we did is I basically just lined it on the underside with 1 by 1 like that, so that it fits right in there perfectly and locks in. But like I said, it's it's sat out there, and it's one of those kind of deals that needs to have a little bit of, see, it's got a little wobble front to back. So we're gonna, for a few nights, we're gonna store some weight on there and get that to flatten out. It will flatten out, but again, just being outside. But puts a nice little top on top of this thing for me. Gives me a new work surface. If it doesn't flatten out, then I'm just gonna basically make a new one. I got about 12 bucks into this. It's one 2x12 cut in half and some 1x1 furring strips. So it's not like it's expensive, but that drives me nuts. We need it to sit flat in one of these corners. Like I said, is bowed up. So we'll put heavy weight here, and get it to flatten itself out pretty good. But it makes for a nice island setup in here. This is not tools. This is a catch-all junk drawer kind of thing. That's nice though is they are actually, they're slow close drawers. But this is, it's just a catch-all like a cabinet, but seeing they self-close. Just a catch-all, anything I need to, spare parts kind of thing like that is what it is. So it works out really good. And I can't remember what this is. I think this is a 64-inch top that we put on this, which is very nice, makes a great island. I have my tools, all my toolkits, or all my tools are right here for my hand tools. Then I built a bench back here. I'll bring you in and show you, but we got a 62-inch bench back here that we made into here. And being a metal garage, I could turn the whole thing into pegboard everywhere, every corner, everything I need to do. I basically turn this whole thing into some sort of pegboard. So, and again, some of those are good, some are bad. Let's dive into it. Let's start on this end. So I put my tree stands and all my stuff. They fit right back in here. I did wire this myself. Turned out really good. I'm pretty happy with it. It took me about 9 hours to wire this. You can see the outlets up there. Stuff like that, and got her all done and dove in and wired. Charging station right here. So that's basically my whole charging station for all my batteries. My little cart where I can use for everything I'm working on. Just rolls in, rolls out, sweet and easy for whatever I need to do with it. My generators all over the place, a hurricane bin, storage stuff like that on a rack and a lot of room. Few things I still haven't put away somewhere yet. These are those magnets I was talking about. One set. These suck. They're not very good. Okay, that would be these ones right here. I was hoping for better. I paid 79 bucks for like 28 of these. Not that impressive. Okay, they're just not as impressive as you think they are. They're not horrible if they have something to bump up against, but they just want to keep creeping down. They're not bad, but they're not as good as I was hoping. There's better ones. I'll show you those. And then in the scaffolding, I turned the scaffolding into a shelf system. I bought this, Tractor Supply. I wasn't going to buy one, but Tractor Supply Company. This is a $300 scaffold. Tractor Supply Company had it on sale for 79 bucks. I put a post on my Facebook and Instagram thing. I went up there and I bought it online immediately and had it shipped right to my store in Savannah and went and picked it up. But $79 for a $300 scaffold. I turned it into an actual shelf system. Right there, I love it. Okay, I did nothing fancy. Couple of 2x4s up there to hold some of that stuff on top. The main one is storage underneath of it. Empty bins, lots of room to do things with, so no complaining there. We have a couple of tables here that I can just pull out and use for anything, anywhere I need to. If I need more table space out here, I got 4 foot. That black one's a 4 foot, and I got this little one. Then I can just throw them any place I need to for anything I need to do with it. Again, my tools. Now these magnets are phenomenal. I will show you those, but you can see I got magnets all over the side of my toolbox holding a bunch of stuff. Quick clamps, just clamped on right there so they're there and easy to get to. Quick clamp used right there to hold all my wire brushes. Like I said, tools, I don't get too carried away, but I have all my tools, everything in here, all kind of dialed in, organized. I have everything set. I'm kind of one of those guys that likes everything a certain way. These magnets here are from Harbor Freight. These are incredible. These magnets, they're like 2 for $5. These from Harbor Freight, insane. Those things work incredible. I got them there. I don't know what I'm gonna do with them. These are just sweat rags because of the fact that, again, it is so hot. Oh, you got a little bug with that one. But it is so hot out right now. I also used them to hold my hammers. They are holding pretty well in this toolbox. These are on pegboard. And then this one, these are holding my hammers right here on these ones, right there. Coming around the other side of this, I did the same thing, holding my other hammers, pegboards and things like that. But again, these are those magnets right here, holding the stuff that I need to hold on there. Now here's a couple more of those. Again, they're not bad, but these, look at this, ready? Watch the difference between these two. Okay, see that? Easy, watch this. I can move the whole toolbox. These little dudes right here are insane. These are wicked, sassy, insane, and they're very affordable. These, like I said, kind of not as impressive as I hoped they would be. These are not that good. These are incredible. And then I also have these little baby ones, these little mini ones, which are also pretty potent little dudes. I got all these on Amazon, I'll link them down below, but basically since it's a metal garage, I can turn the whole thing into a pegboard. Anywhere I need, any way I need. I just threw some extra stuff up there, but I can use this stuff any way I need to, any place around here. Like I said, I got a bunch of these too, so I got these options. Here are those really, really good ones. Here's some other ones that I used outside. Here's these. I bought them as like 20, 30, and 40 packs kind of thing. So these are, those magnets. That's it right there. And I can put them any place I want to, stash them anywhere I want to be. Here they are holding all my belts for my sharpening stuff right there set up. Got a couple of them holding up my T-square, just so it doesn't get damaged. Up here, just sitting up there, just a couple magnets stashed in there, kind of my catch-all pole corner here. This is my Cyber Series personal air conditioner. So what happens here with this is I can take this whole thing and pull it out. Say I'm working over here on the bench, and I can just set this thing, and then I just plug it right in, and I have a personal air conditioner. Woo, this thing screams. You've seen it in my, in my other videos I used it, but it's not gonna cool this whole shop by any means, but it will drown me right here and make me super comfortable. Portable air conditioner, and because it's designed for car and use like that, this is CyberTake, this is the S2. Matter of fact, they're sending me the smaller S1 is in the mail on the way to me right now to review, but I love these things. You can vent them, you can do whatever you want to. This one also does heat, and it does air, and it does dehumidifier. I love this system, and I just have it on one of my daughter's old cosmetology trays that sits on there perfectly, and then I just put it wherever I need it until I need it. I just kind of throw it over here, and I can use it. This fan has been the best thing that I could have ever bought right here. This is from Harbor Freight. Again, something that was on sale. If you're a Harbor Freight ITC member, I paid $119 for this, regularly $179, I think. And then I bought Harbor Freight casters, and I put little casters, I drilled and put those on myself so I can roll this thing around. 2 of them have brakes if I need it for when I'm on high. Low and medium, I don't need the brakes. If I go to high, it's good to hit the brake on one of the wheels to keep it from going. But again, this thing has been a lifesaver. This thing just will move, it moves so much air, it's not even funny. And it keeps the gnats away from me. It keeps me cool and dry. Right now, you can see I'm sweating like crazy. And that's just because I turned this off to make this video. That's how bad it is out here right now. This thing, gold mine. And again, I can move it anywhere around that I want to. Right now, I have it plugged into the wall. But I will not, because of the fact that if I want to move this thing around and change it to places, we have 2 of these. That is why we'll do that. We have drop down 25-foot extension cords. The reason I put it there is if I'm working on something out here with saws and things and I want to be able to drag it out here, I can drag it outside. I have another one, that green one or yellow one sitting right there. Same exact concept. This one I've had for 30 years. Yep, 30 years I've had this dude, and this one here, it's getting a little weaker on the thing, but it still works good. But that one I can pull out here to work on anything I have to on the outside here. So I have 2 of those drop downs on there. Right here we have my grinding station. Let's move the fan over. But this is my bench grinder right here. My old Harbor Freight 1x30 belt sander that I used for over a decade, and my brand new Weaver adjustable knife sharpener setup. And this is on here, and it is movable if I want to, but it's gonna probably just stay right there. 1 power strip just so I can plug all that stuff in. I know it's a little messy, but we jammed it in together. Again, my sanding belts, my brush for cleaning off over here, and all my safety glasses, stuff like that right there. So it makes for a perfect little corner. Again, there's that bench. My Wilton, I've had this, I bought this. I paid a lot of money for this vise 35 years ago, and it has been through everything you can imagine. Still works like a champ, does a great job, and we mounted that there. Again, trying to see here what else we got on there that I can show you in this thing. I was going to show you one other thing with the freezer in here, all set up and ready to roll. We got our ice cove right here, so that way we have out here everywhere. I got the set power up on the porch and stuff, but I mean I want cold drinks everywhere I'm at. Okay, so we got our we have this one here with cold waters and pops, stuff like that in there. Sitting right here is a freezer. This is the bin I still got to put away. Over here we have, here's one of these too, just for an idea with these. Again, they're not all that strong. What I did here though, is I took two of them. And let me I'll show you on the bench here. Okay, so I took two of these and I took off the magnet, drilled the hole bigger and mounted a double on there, and this makes a huge difference. So now we have two magnets on one, and I could still mount that hook by screwing it into the wall with some self-tappers if I wanted to, but this makes for a pretty dang strong hook. I just have it here because I don't have any reason to use it yet, but that hook there, now, man, that one bites. That's got some serious power. So making 2 into 1, rest of my goodies over here, just on some shelves, all my gas cans, things like that, my car wash and stuff, all my pieces and extra parts over there. So that's basically it. And when I designed this garage, I purposely, the windows were Tina's idea. Obviously, I'll never even open or use a window, but she thought they would look nice because that faces towards our house. So we have the window here, which does have screens in them and they do open. So we got the 2 windows, but the key thing for me were these 90-degree doors. These were huge. So in the way I set this up, it's very important. So again, we're down here in Georgia, so heat's a big deal. Hot stuff is a big deal. Here, I have airflow that comes through this door and through this door. That fan there blowing through here, it makes for it very comfortable inside of here. Notice that all of my work stuff, my whole world in here is basically from my toolbox over that way. All of this side is storage stuff, and I did that on purpose because that side doesn't get any of the airflow. Right here where I'm standing, it is much cooler right now, even though it's still like 88, but it is cooler right here with a great breeze blowing through. If I take 4 steps over here to here, it's hotter and I have 0 airflow hitting me. Couple steps over to here, airflow hitting me. It's that big of a difference. So that's why I did the 2 90-degree doors. It basically creates for me an open workspace in here. And like I said, when we turn this dude on, even putting this on low, I mean, this thing here just, oh, I mean, it's just, the thing just feels amazing. Yeah, amazing in here. Even on low, give you an example, take a piece of paper towel here, but look at this when we come over here, look at this. Look at this paper towel. Even in the farthest corner of the shop, and that's on low. Look at this paper towel. We are on lowest setting of that fan way over there. So like I said, that thing has been a gold mine, especially when I was up in the rafters and I was actually wiring this place in. It was so brutal in here. So that fan has been an absolute game changer as far as how all that goes. So that's basically the garage shop setup. Again, I don't use it as a garage. This is a workshop is what this is. This is a place designed for me to build stuff, do things, modify stuff, change things, whatever I got to do. This is my world for getting things done. And I love it. I think it's a perfect setup. I think it's perfect size. I could have went a little bit bigger. I thought about going another 5 feet out this way, but then I would have lost my ability to drive between the garage and over here. Would have been too tight to drive through here if I came out another 5 feet, because I also have to park that trailer. That trailer will go here, and I can still drive in and out of here for anything I need to do. So it's a win-win all the way around. Another quick look at the shop setup. Love it. I'm super happy. The guys at Allen did a great job. You'll see some of that insert in here for you. And built very well. I got 0 complaints on any of it. We also had it overlapped. So you'll notice it on the anchors. I use these Z-clips, okay? That's a Z-clip right there. See how it comes off of the side of the rail inside and mounts? The reason for that is I did not want my slab, and they tell you when you buy it, when you're buying the building, make your slab 6 inches bigger all the way around. And the reason they want you to do that, so when they drill through the anchors, through the actual, through the thing, there's one and it's way back there, but normally, typically, what they do, rather than doing this, is they're gonna drill through right here and put that bolt right through the frame. Now, it's kind of nice because you don't have that little bolt sticking out, but the problem is if you do it in your set size, you will crack your concrete. If I'm drilling through right here, okay, and you're gonna put those big anchors in, you'll snap the edge of the concrete off. So they want you to go 6 inches bigger. Going 6 inches bigger means that I got water. If it's sitting on cement that's sticking out, further water can get in. As you can see, mine goes all the way, my siding goes all the way over the edge of the cement. There is no water coming into here other than under the doors if the doors don't seal good. I like it that way. I also, underneath here, you probably can't see it, but underneath that frame rail, I put 1 inch by 1 inch expanding foam strips. I had them put those on there for me when they laid this and when they put the framework down, again, to keep this thing waterproof. So little details that we do as we're doing it to kind of dial that stuff in and make it perfect. So, but this is it. I love it. I think they did an incredible job. I'm super happy with the setup on here. All right, see, that's how I'm gonna flatten that out. A couple of days of that with those 2 generators sitting on each kitty corner of that will bring that back to life and flatten that out like it's supposed to be. Again, it's because it sat outside. Believe that was, I did not have this top on that box. I made the top, fitted it, and then I had it standing under there, just standing upright, and that's why that's got a little bit warped. But that should fix it. But again, the little details, this is a Harbor Freight magnetic paper towel holder, like 13 bucks. Like I said, all this stuff, I'll link some of these magnets and things down below for you. The only additions that might happen that I did in my last shop, and I might again, we'll see if I have to. I have 5 chicken lights up here, as I call them, but lights like these, individual lights with 100-watt LED bulbs in them. But if I need to, I might take one and clamp one right on this cross beam so it shines down here on my grinder station where I need really good detail. But again, there's very little shadowing in here, very little because of the lighting. So, but I may want one light shining down here, and I might clamp another one on here and drop it down here. I put a bunch of outlets. I got an outlet there, I got an outlet here. I put 3 outlets on this wall, 3 outlets across the ceiling up there, and I did 1 in that corner, and then 1 right there, and then 1 back there behind the fridge over there too. So, and then we are gonna put 2 GFCIs, which GFCI outlets, but we might put 1 down here and drop it in and put it right down there behind there for the outside on the front for my mower, and come off of this circuit and come back here and drop down and put 1 down there in that corner outside on the front there as well too. I have the GFI kits right here. So I very well might actually put those on. We'll have to see, but again, one thing at a time. Right now, this took me a grand total, myself of work-wise. They had this thing built in about 8 hours. Took them about 8 hours total to build this garage. I will, cost-wise, here's the cost breakdown for it. So I had my old garage here, and for them to come and knock down, the same guys that did this concrete, down here, they knocked down my old garage. My old shop is 25 by 20. So we got a lot bigger in here as far as the size wise, but they knocked down my old one. And that cost $1,000 for them to knock down my old shed. They brought in a dumpster. They hauled it away. They did everything. I didn't have to do it, lift a finger. That was $1,000 bucks. It cost $6,000 to have this cement pad put in, 4-inch pad, but it is also 1 foot footers all the way around and full rebar and everything in it, so it's built really well. But that was leveling it and putting that in, so between the knockdown and the concrete, it was $7,000. For them to do the building itself, sorry, setting you on here so I can come over here, but for them to do the building setup, the actual structure, it was with tax and everything here in Georgia tax, it was $9,200 for the whole building to be done. So $7,000, $9,000 has basically got me at 16 grand in. It cost, I spent $800 in the stuff I needed to wire, which included some tools. And I'm gonna take back about $100 worth of that stuff, the loads that I did not use. And I also probably could have got by using a 150-foot roll of the MC wire. I bought a 250-foot. You can see I got a bunch of it still stacked underneath there. I probably could have saved $100 by doing a 150. I didn't want to risk it because the cost was better to buy the 250 roll. So, and I still got 2 GFIs to do. So it was kind of worth it in that aspect on here. When I built this, part of that $9,000, they give you 2 tube thicknesses for your frame studs that are in here. I went with the 12 gauge instead of the 14, so I got the heavy, heavy duty tubing. It is super thick and super strong, and then they gave you 2 different levels of gauge for your siding, and I went with the upgraded thicker side for that, and I also went with the vertical roof. You can see I got the horizontal walls, but I went with the vertical roof design on there, and it worked out fantastic. But the gauge, the thickness of these beams, is just crazy nuts. These are very thick. They turned out really good. So that's the setup and the cost. So all in, including the electric, so I'm at like $16,500 is where I'm at for this shop to be built and done and all said. And like I said, I got some landscape stuff to do, but turned out very good. I'm very happy. This is a stand that I got for 39 bucks from Harbor Freight. And then I put the 2x12 on there. 2x12 on the bottom is a shelf, 2x12 on the top, and mounted it with the bolts, quarter 20 bolts. Mounted my grinder there, which is just held on with C-clamps, as you see. And my sander held on with just C-clamps, so very easy and simple to change up. This here, this workbench, 2 2x4s on the ends, just like that, to cradle the 2x4s that go through the center. 1, 2, 3, 4 struts, and then the outside end ones, as you can see right inside of there. You know, sweet, simple, easy, some 1x6s and a 1x3 on the bottom to make that. Very easy, nothing crazy about this. Simple bench, and then it's a 1x8 that I kind of set about 4 inches up on there for a little backsplash on it. Nothing too crazy. Mounted, like I said, my vise, my old faithful vise here on it. And I will link these magnets down below for you. But the beauty, like I said, this whole entire thing everywhere is basically a pegboard that you can put anything, anywhere you want to do on it. So, and the scaffolding, you won't find that deal again when I put that out there on Facebook that it was for 79 bucks, regularly $2.99. People immediately started getting back to me going, nope, it's not there no more, it's over, they're sold out, or that the price went up to $139 and they were saying it's not on sale anymore. So, but it was a killer deal for me because that scaffolding made doing all this wiring and everything up here so simple. And I will link these lights too. Like I said, I got 10 of them for like 59 bucks. We still got 4 in the box. 6 of them running this thing, and we got wicked perfect light out here. So all that stuff will be there for you. And there it is. Questions, comments, anything you got, put them below. Thanks for watching.